We have rotten politics.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at the G7 Summit. I know I promised it yesterday, I had a few technical issues.
Whatever you say. Okay.
I thought we'd have a look through and just see how it went. Now obviously it started with theatre and pomp. Let's have a quick look at what happened, shall we? So as you can see, they've set out a catwalk on the beach, so they're all thinking they're celebrities. First person they bring up, obviously, is the most undemocratic person in Europe, to be honest. Von der Leyen was not voted into position by people. It was a bureaucracy decision. Next up, we've got Right Said Fred. I'm a model, you know what I mean. Have you seen the pomp, though? I mean, they're having him walking out and elbow bumping. He won't shake his hand, look. Next one. Long walk on his own. Poor guy's not got a missus. Elbow bumps. Most awkward thing you could ever possibly imagine, isn't it? An elbow bump. And they both look like they've never done it before in their lives. Same again. So as you can see, they started out following the rules, making sure that everyone elbow bumped. I mean, Trudeau even went one further and put his mask on for literally 2 seconds while he elbow bumped and then took it off and put it in his pocket. Same goes for Macron. They were all there, including von der Leyen and Merkel. Now, I'd like to say at this point, what were they doing there? This is a G7. That's 7 nations leaders. For one, European Union isn't a nation. And for two, neither of those people were elected by people. Well, they were elected by people, but not the people. They even did a round table. They think they're the Knights of the Round Table. Now, these people think they're celebrities, don't they? But as soon as they thought the cameras were off, this is the sort of thing they were doing. Cuddles. Yep, that's right. Cuddles. Now, let's not forget that immediately after this, they went on to start partying, to the extent where they even had the Red Arrows, the aerial display team from the Royal Air Force, doing a show for them. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we? Now, as you can see, stunning, isn't it? I really do like the Red Arrows, but when you're at a climate change conference, jets flying past you is a bit hypocritical, don't you think? On top of that, every single one of them came on private aircraft. So it's all right for them, but it's not all right for us. This is what they look like when they were actually watching the Red Arrows. So you can see the elbow bumps have gone, the drinks are in their hands, and they've assessed their risk, obviously. They must have assessed their risk and found that it wasn't such a risk for them. Here's another picture. Very cosy, isn't it? Considering we're supposed to be social distancing still and everybody else. Imagine this, just imagine this, everyone, if it was in a park. What would happen? Are we thinking yellow vests and helmets and truncheons? Because that's what I'm thinking. So it's okay for them. Notice as well, the aerial pictures. All of the staff are having to wear masks and not one of them is. So it's proof, isn't it, everyone, that it's okay for them to do it. Not one of these people have self-isolated, by the way, even though they've jetted in from all over the world. So if anything's a super spreader, wouldn't you expect it to be that? But it's okay for them, shoulder to shoulder. Now, obviously, the government's had to come out and try and defend this behaviour. And they've come out and said, are we ready for this? The Leaders Beach barbecue was COVID secure and stuck to social distancing rules. Does that look like, to you, something you could have, say, in your back garden? Or, say, in the local park? Or in a pub garden? Or, I don't know, anywhere other than here? Because that's not social distancing at all. It's as I would class it as a gaggle fuck. Am I wrong? So it's absolutely ridiculous, but it's what they're actually doing. Now, I'm going to leave you with the best words of anyone so far, and this is from Serene Duncan Smith this morning on Julia Hartley Brewer Talk Radio. Have a listen to what he says.
The problem is, politicians have got to recognise they took a decision there, and this is the point I make. They measured the balance of risk to themselves, and they decided that they were okay to do what they were doing. Why can't we have the freedom to do the same?
And that's all we want, isn't it? Freedom to assess the risk ourselves. It's not for the government to tell you what's risky and what's not. You should be able and free enough to decide that for yourself. They got to make that decision. We don't. Time to end this, everyone. This next picture, everyone, just proves, in my honest opinion, and this is just my opinion, that even they don't think this is an issue, and which makes me question everything. This is them bringing their own child to meet world leaders that have jetted in without quarantine during a variant spike in infections. Is that not what they were saying? Does make you wonder, doesn't it? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the likes, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it out. I do rely on you sharing it out, everyone. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.